Figuring out how to differentiate hard work from smart work is one of the toughest things to do nowadays. I feel like there's so many distractions and so many things that many of us want to accomplish. And sometimes we get tasked with so many different things that we don't know where to start first. And even if we do start a particular task, we don't really know, like, is it worth doing? Is it worth continuing? So today I wanted to kind of talk about differences between smart work and hard work and how I feel about the concept overall. So, for starters, I think it's important to have definitions for things. That way, we can understand a little bit better and to kind of have a common ground. So, hard work is defined as something that requires a great deal of endurance or effort. And then we have smart work, which is defined as creating a process for making things more efficient and more simple and just more effective in general. So, I think that there's a misconception when it comes to both of these. I think people think of hard work in terms of difficult work, and then they think of smart work in terms of easy work. And I think there needs to be a better understanding of each of the two. Furthermore, I feel like so many people believe that hard work is when you spend more time on a particular task or project, and they think that just because you spent so much time on it, that means that the result will be better, when that's not always the case. I think it's more of a quantity over quality thing. Just because you spent so much time on it doesn't mean that it's going to get done well. For example, there are so many people who dedicate large portions of their lives and large portions of their time to a particular project. And just because they spent a lot of effort and put in a lot of hours and everything, it does not mean that they're going to become successful from it. I think having that understanding of smart work goes a long way to accomplishing the success that you desire. And then on the flip side, we have people who look at smart work as easy work. So instead of, taking a job and figuring out, what do I need to do? How can I get this done more effectively, more efficiently? They instead trying to shortcut everything. So they think, what's the easiest way I can do this? What's going to require the least amount of effort? And I feel like you shouldn't think of things that way, because otherwise you'll never get anything meaningful done. I just believe the solution to the concept is to find a gray area between smart work and hard work. I feel like nowadays we have so many things that are pulling us in each and every direction, and we have so many passions and so many hobbies and things we want to accomplish, and some things that we look at and say, hey, if I go down this road and go down this path, I might have a little bit more success. So in order to do that, we have to identify, are we good at this thing? Do we have potential of being good at this thing? And after we start going down that path, what are some ways we can make our task a little bit easier for yourself? How can you make it more efficient, more effective? Everything doesn't have to be difficult to become successful, at least in my belief. I think that it's important to find something that's hard work, something that requires a good amount of effort, but then you should also match it with your personality traits, things that you're good at, and then put them all together and try to figure out what is the best way to accomplish it. Y'all remember when I got my first job, and I didn't necessarily understand the concept of getting paid hourly. So I used to come to work and put in the maximum effort the entire shift. And this went on for, like, I don't know, maybe a good 3 months. And this is before I realized, like, man, if I'm putting in all these hours and I'm getting paid the same amount of money for doing a task, why don't I just, like, not put in as much effort? So that's kind of how it goes with people who, dedicate themselves to a task, and they think just because they're putting in a ton of effort that they'll get a better result. There are people who, identify a problem or something they can solve, and they solve it in the best way possible, and they reap the rewards a lot quicker. And I feel like that's the best way to do it. Some things I try to do for myself is that I try to identify difficult problems and figure out the best way to solve them. At the end of the day, time is so valuable, and once you use it, you can't get it back. So I just feel like it's best to not spend them on menial tasks and things that are difficult for no reason. At the end of the day, I feel like once we've been doing a job or doing a project or doing a hobby or a skill for long enough, we start teaching ourselves little shortcuts to do. I feel like as human beings, we learn to adapt to our environment eventually. So, that's the way I feel about it. But yeah, guys, this is like a different type of video than I'm used to doing. I'm kind of making a shift to my channel towards more so like, physical, emotional, and mental mindset type of things. Because I feel like that's something that's a lot easier for me to talk about, and things I like to enjoy talking about too. And I feel like, it's not necessarily a teaching opportunity for me. It's more so me just kind of documenting and sharing my journey through life. Um, hopefully, if I share something that's valuable or important, that I can help somebody else out there. So yeah. But anyways, guys, be sure to drop a like below, subscribe to my channel for more content just like this, and follow me at my socials, my Twitter, Instagram, all that, and then TikTok as well. But yeah, and I guess the message at the end of the day is, don't waste your time doing things that aren't really worth it, whether it's financially, physically, emotionally, or mentally. So yeah, I'll catch y'all next time.